We've
Not
got
gonna
some
lie.
callers, John, who really want to talk to you. I know you're going to try and cross over to who they're trying to connect to. Katrina, hi.
Hello,
Hi,
Katrina.
Jackie. Hi,
Hey.
Carl. Hi, John.
Hi.
Hey, now don't tell John anything. Don't go loading into rubbish about your whole life history, because this is what his job is to see
I
what
love
he
that.
gets, to connect with the other side, to open up the devil's porthole or whatever it is that he's dealing with. I don't know what I don't know what it is.
I missed you, Kyle.
Got it, Kyle.
Katrina, do you have a question, or is there something, an area you want me to focus on, or is there something specific you want to know?
Yeah, John. I'd like to hear a message from my cousin.
Okay, well, I might not be able to connect with your cousin, but whatever it is that I see, hear, and feel, and I'm very conscious of the fact that we're on the radio. So I'm just gonna say sometimes I see stuff that's kind of like private and really personal. Sometimes people make a decision that they don't want to extend their family. And that they have to make a decision about whether or not they want to increase, whether they're having another child, or is that energy happening around you, or did somebody around you not have a child?
Me.
Okay, so I feel like I need to bring that up. And is your maternal grandmother passed? Because I'm getting an energy of a grandmother that's passed, and to me it's a female figure that's above. So that to me is like mother, aunt, or grandmother, and she's the one that had the congestive heart failure.
Yes, I think one of my grandmas did have heart failure.
Okay, and then they want to know if you're going to take care of what's happening with your vehicle in the back part of the car. So I don't know if there's an issue with the back part of your car or vehicle, but they're making me feel like it's not up front, so it's not like mechanical up front. I would think maybe this is more either with a tire or some type of issue that's happening there. And then, do you not know your dad?
I do know my dad.
So
He doesn't know me at the moment.
okay, because they're telling me to use the reference of not like the phrase for me, like not knowing dad. So you know of your dad, but there's a disconnect?
Yeah, he's got dementia.
Oh,
Oh,
gotcha.
wow. Okay.
So it's not how I normally get that. Normally they show stuff to me differently. So here's what I'm seeing. I'm not getting the connection to your cousin, but what I feel like, and this might be important for everybody that's listening, is if you have somebody who's dealing with Alzheimer's, dementia, or if they're like, let's say in a medicinal coma because of their whatever the illness is, it is really, really important to talk to them like they can hear you. Think about it like a text, right? Like you're texting someone and they can't respond right away. One day when that person crosses, they're going to be able to like get service again, and all those texts come on through, and they're going to And I can't tell you how many people will come through from after like they've been had Alzheimer's for a few years, and then they'll come through and they'll recount the conversations or things that did or did not happen.
Wow.
Or how people
Isn't that incredible?
didn't come see them or didn't talk to them or counted them out in a certain way. So
Does any of that make sense to you, Katrina, and what John's saying there?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, thanks, John.
You're very, very welcome.
Katrina. We also have Caitlin.
You know what? Yeah, before we get into Caitlin, when my grandmother had dementia, she was dancing around all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she seemed to be having tea parties with people that had been dead for decades,
and
but
in
would
the
insist that they were there in the room, and she
believe
was
that.
serving them tea. Yeah, what's
Believe
the
that,
go there?
because I come out of healthcare, so in the medical community, the doctors will tell you that it's your short-term memory that goes, but your long-term memory stays intact, and that's why people will do that. And maybe to some extent that's true. I will tell you, after being in the hospital setting and working with patients, right, in a clinical environment where I used to draw blood, so I saw them quite a bit. Those patients actually were feeling people in the room.
Yeah.
There was one woman that came in from a nursing home, and she was a little bit distraught. So they kind of sedated her a little bit, but she didn't have Alzheimer's. But she was just a little bit. She was a little bit anxious.
Drugged.
Yeah. Well, no, she was more anxious. So she was like, hitting the nurses and stuff. So they kind of sedated her, and they put on what's called posy. So like they kind of like restrained her in the bed. But the patient next to her was passing, and they had the curtain drawn. But she wanted to know why there was a police officer in the room, that she wasn't a criminal. Why were they putting a police officer in the room? So the nurse looked at me like, she's a little loopy, except I saw the police officer, and the police officer was passed, and the police officer was with the person that was passing in the next bed. So I waited till the nurse left.
Goosebumps.
I wait till the nurse left, and I go, no, I totally see the police officer. He's not here for you. He's here for her. He's with her. He's watching over her.
Oh.
And then she calmed down.
So when they say children and old people with dementia or any of this stuff, their brains seems to be able to communicate with people that you can communicate with, but the rest of us, we can't see or can't feel or hear.
or pay attention to. So the kids are explorers. Kids are constantly looking to explore, and we encourage that exploration when they're young. They fall, they get up, we go, yay, right? They see something new, yay. They taste something new, we're excited. So they're all about the experience of life. So they're going to point out stuff that they see, hear, and feel in a normal kind of way.
Right.
And the same thing with people who are older. I don't know if you guys know this, but is there anybody that we're going to talk to that has a husband or brother who passed?
I don't know, actually.
Actually, Caitlin, who's
is that
on the
you?
phone that can hear us now, that is breathing on air with us.
Is that
you there,
you?
Caitlin?
Sorry, I'm like
You're right.
talking. Hi.
Now, you lost your husband, right?
I did, yes.
John, this may have come through right now while we're talking.
Yeah, as
okay,
I'm
John.
talking, I got nervous for a second. I didn't realize she was on the line because if I thought it might have been somebody behind me out in the studio.
Right.
So, Caitlin, does the month of March have a meaning to you?
Yep.
Okay, so they're telling me to talk about the third month March. So the third month March to me would be like birthday or anniversary, and they're making me feel like there's a
It's our
husband.
anniversary.
Okay, there's a husband or brother energy that's passed. Now, why do I say that? If I talk about people being above you, it's older. To your side would be like contemporaries, husband, wives, brothers, sisters, and below you would be younger. And I feel like I'm supposed to acknowledge that there's a male energy that's passed that's to the side, who I feel like if was sitting next to me in the studio would be actually making fun of what I do. So I don't know.
Yes.
Well, and I have a symbol. I have a symbol for this because I was doing an event once, and there was a gentleman that came through, and he kept showing me on crossing over, and him on the couch, like giving me the finger,
right.
making
a skeptic.
yeah, a little bit,
Yeah.
making
a
fun.
little bit. Totally one.
And Caitlin, are there two kids connected to him, or is he one of two kids?
He is one of three.
So this either means one of two things to me. Either there's two boys and a girl, like he's one of two, or I'm supposed to say that there are two pregnancies connected to you where he's concerned, or there's two kids.
No, there's one kid, but he's one of two. Like, he's got a brother.
Okay, so he's one of the two boys.
Yeah.
Okay, and is his mom and dad still here? Because he's telling me to acknowledge his parents.
Yes, they're still here.
Okay, and then happy birthday, Caitlin. Somebody's got a birthday that's coming up shortly. So they're making me feel
My
like...
son's birthday's on Sunday.
Okay, because he's making me feel like there's a birthday that's coming up. Now, is your son Michael?
No, Michael is his brother.
Okay, he wants me to make a really big deal about Michael, but I feel like I'm supposed to tell Michael, thank you for the shirt and hat. So I don't know if he ever took his brother's shirt and hat and never gave it back, but I feel like thank you for the shirt and hat. That might be a personal message. And then where's the
I'll
person?
let him know.
Okay, and then where's the person that's got the connection to either like a brain tumor, a brain accident, a brain injury? What's the brain issue?
That's how he passed.
Okay,
He
and
had a accident and had a bleed on the brain.
okay, now and he's claiming that you were with him when he passed. Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay, and then when he passed, did you tell him, like, okay, so this is going to sound strange, but did you tell him, like, it's okay to go, but please don't go, then it's okay to go, then please don't go,
Yes.
like, it's okay to go, and then please don't go? Okay, the feeling, okay, so I just want you to know, Caitlin, he's making me feel like that's no different than you were when it came to picking food. Like, let's do this, let's not do this. Let's do this, let's not do this. Let's do this, let's not do this.
Oh my God, this guy's sense of humour is obviously resonating with Caitlin. This is, without a doubt, he's talking to your husband, right?
Yeah.
So
it's
tell-
like talking to him.
Wait, Caitlin,
That's
can I ask you a
incredible.
question? He doesn't want me to call you Caitlin, so is that your real name, or did you call it a fake name?
Before I got on the phone to you, I said, if you're there, tell him my nickname. Just
Well, I might not get your nickname, but he's making me feel like don't call you that name. And again, I like people to know why I said that. So way back when I first started doing this, 34 and a half years ago now, I used to work at psychic fairs, and they would walk up and give you a ticket with a name on it, and somebody gave me the ticket and their name was on it, and I threw it to the side, and I said, here's your name, is whatever, and the guy got startled, and he goes, I gave you a fake name. And I was like, I don't really care what name you give me. The information's still going to come through. So whenever I see that ticket, I now know that. I don't know what this is.
So that's hang on. So that's how he shows you. He shows you that
Yeah,
ticket,
I
so
see.
you know
Right.
fake
It's-
name.
It's kind of like a tarot card, right? You know, tarot card
Yeah.
has a meaning, and then you go from there. I don't know if I go into your house where you live. If I go to the kitchen, if I come out of your bedroom into the like main area and like go to your left, is that where your kitchen is?
yes.
Okay. Why is he telling me to?
Jesus.
Why is he telling me to talk about a cactus or some type of like fake green little, I'm going to call it a cactus. So let's just some green little plant. Is there some green little plant thing in your kitchen?
Oh, hopefully he hasn't found your stash, Caitlin, by the sound of it.
No, I mean, there's not now. I try to grow plants and it just doesn't work. I killed a bonsai in here.
Okay, so that to me would be the green little plant. So your green little plant that's there. Okay, were you guys together for 4 years?
No, we've been together for just under 10.
Okay, so he wants me to talk about the shift that changed 4 years ago. How long's he gone?
12 months, Monday.
Oh, I'm so sorry. This is okay. So you're in the first year of loss. So here's what I need you to know. 4 years ago is where your relationship takes a turn. So whatever happened 4 years ago, he's highlighting that as the fork in the road for me. But he's making me feel like highlight that in a big way. The other thing is
We got engaged.
okay. He's also telling me to talk about the. Did you guys go scuba diving or snorkeling or something?
We've been snorkeling, but I mean, I don't know.
Where's the place that somebody had to like dive down and grab something under a cave or under a like where it's not spelunking like I'm in water, so I need to go underneath something like under.
I have no idea.
Okay, I want you to remember this, okay? Because I don't know what this is, so I don't have a symbol for this. I feel like I'm underwater, either snorkeling or scuba diving, but I'm going under coral to look for something, and I feel like there's some type of moment of this. So like if somebody has a photo of this, maybe he did this with his family and this is going to be validation for them that like this is really him.
Okay. Yeah.
And then the last thing I'm going to say is besides Michael, he wants me to talk about either the J name like Joe or the J name like Joanne. Who's the J name like Joe?
I don't know.
Okay, just remember when they
He
give
has
me...
a friend named James, but that's all I can think of.
Nah, I don't think it's James. If you can just remember that I'm saying this, here's the thing. When stuff doesn't make sense, I always say that it's probably me misinterpreting, not him.
Yep.
Just know that he's good. He will be watching over, your children, the child, but there will be other kids. So I'm letting you know that now in advance. And then the last thing I want to say is this. You're in the first year of loss. And one of the things that I like to tell people, which is kind of hard for me to say, is that the first year of loss is what I refer to as the coasting year. Caitlin, next year is going to be harder. And the reason why next year is going to be harder is because you've already gone through all the firsts.
Yeah.
You've done the birthdays, the anniversaries, the holidays. When we get into the second year of loss, the people that are in your life that are supporting you kind of go back to their life. And what feels like for them, like they did their job, they helped you. And then you're going to feel like you're now in this raw place of, what's wrong with me? I feel worse this year. I want you to remember this. You're not going to be worse. You're just in that place that you're supposed to be. And then just make sure that the child grows up understanding who dad is, however, not in the shadow of his loss. So you want to make sure that he has him in a strong way, not in a, oh, poor you lost your dad.
Right.
It's a really, really different. It's either making him a victim or creating an adventure in some way. Okay?
Wow. If you want to have your mind blown like that, time and time and time again, ticketmaster.com.au, that you will go and see John Edward live. Unbelievable stuff.
We have more people that would love to hopefully connect with someone on the other side. Roland, hello.
Hello.
How you going, Jake? Hello.
Good. Here with John
Good, buddy.
Edward.
Hi, Roland.
John.
How are you?
How are you? Good, mate. Good.
Roland, before I jump in, can I just say a couple things? The month of August, they show me the number 8. So for me, the month of August means the eighth month, or the 8th of a month being birthday or anniversary. And Roland, is there a person that passed from like breast or lung cancer connected to you?
Breast or lung.
Who are you
Could have
hoping?
been.
Who are you hoping to hear
Could
from?
have been. My dad, but it was quite some time ago.
Okay,
But,
so that doesn't matter, by the way. Anybody who has crossed over
Yeah.
can come through. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter if
yeah,
it's
yeah.
a year or 40, as long as you can validate it. But I have somebody
Yeah.
who's coming through from breast or lung cancer. They're making me feel like the month of August is connected. They're showing me breast or lung cancer. They're telling me to talk about 3 people being in a family. So that means somebody's one of 3 kids, not normally like mom, dad, and a child. So somebody's one of 3 kids. And then I have a dog who's barking. So somebody lost their dog.
Yeah, we did. I did, yeah.
Okay, Roland, is there a reference to, again, they show me blackness in the chest. So that to me is somebody who had breast cancer, lung cancer.
Yeah, I think my dad's sister did. Yeah.
And then can I ask you if somebody, I there's no. I'm going to say it the way that I normally would see this if I was doing a regular private reading. Did somebody find out that they were adopted, or did somebody find out that the person that they thought was their mom or dad was not their mom or dad around you?
No, not that I don't think so.
So they're showing me somebody's raised by someone who's not their biological parent. They're showing me somebody like a grandmother raises a grandchild, or a mom raises the niece. Like there's that kind of a vibe in your family, Roland. And there's
Yeah,
correct?
there was, yes.
Okay,
Yep.
just want to make sure. So I don't know who the person is with the breast and lung cancer is. If that's your aunt, then it's her way of stepping forward. But are you getting ready for a job change? Or are you changing your jobs or something?
Not could be next year, yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I think it might be sooner than you're planning.
Right, okay.
Alrighty, so congratulations and
Okay.
good luck, Roland.
Thanks, Roland.
All right,
Appreciate
okay.
it.
Well,
Okay. Thank you. Penny's also called through. Hi, Penny.
Hi.
I love that this guy's just thought, I might change next year. You're like, nah, it'll be before that. He's like, oh, he's probably hung up the phone. They're like, hey, Roland, you're out of here. You're fired. Oh, shit. And John Edward was right again.
I've had that happen when I was clearly not with you guys, but I've had that happen with with some DJs that I've worked with over the years, where I was like, "Are you guys like?" Are you going to be like
no.
changing stations? And they were like, no. I'm like, and I had a standard thing that I did with them every week. And I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I see you guys I go, are you guys being like satellited to another show? And they were like, no. And then like next week when I called up, they were like, yeah, they were sacked.
Oh, no.
Oh.
You don't see that with us,
Yeah.
do you,
No.
John? Okay, good.
No.
Good. Phew.
What do you see for us? Because we've been here. Next year is our 20th year together, which is
That's pretty awesome.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing for
I
us.
think
Like,
I've
we
been
never
with
thought
you
we'd
guys for
last.
16 of those
Yeah.
20, right?
Yeah.
Been with
that's
us
right.
a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm family.
I know
You
you
are
are
family.
family.
Thank you. No,
Like a
I feel-
family that doesn't give us enough free readings. That's what I feel like.
listen, Jackie's got my number. She doesn't use it.
I know.
And I came here today expecting a reading and it hasn't happened yet, Kyle, so I know how you feel.
That's all right. Look, it's understandable. Penny, you're on before we let John Edward go. He wants to talk to you. Penny, meet John. John, meet Penny.
Hi, Penny. How can I help you?
Hi, John. How are you?
I'm good. Ooh, somebody around you
Hi.
lost a child, Penny. Who lost a child?
My sister.
I have your sister's child coming in, and then they're telling me to tell you 12. So 12 to me would be the 12th month, December, or the 12th of a month having a meaning, birthday or anniversary. Penny, is your mom passed?
Yes.
I have your mom coming through with the child, and they're making me feel like somebody had an issue with either alcohol or drugs because they're showing me a substance issue. So I know that there's some type of issue with like narcotics, and your dad must be there too because your mom's got a male that's with her to the side. So that's
no, not my,
no, yeah,
yeah, no.
she's got a
My
male
father.
with her that's coming through to her side. So that to me would be like your father, your father-in-law, or your uncle, not grandfather. It's got to be on the same level that your mom would be on. And they're telling me that somebody just had a knee replacement or they're having knee issues. There's something knee related that they want me to highlight.
Okay.
Is that happening now?
No, not that I know of.
Aren't you one of? Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, go.
Aren't you one of 4 kids?
No, one of 5.
So out of the 5 kids, 4 are similar and 1 is different.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, that means somebody's having a knee issue, and the way that they're showing it to me, that would be somebody's either having a knee issue where they're having surgery, or it's being rehabilitated. So they're pointing to the knee, like down by the knee. And the person that lost their child, if that's your sister, then I need to let them know that the child is with mom, like they're coming in together.
Okay.
Alrighty,
Isn't that
I hope
nice?
this helps.
Yeah, no, it's nice. Yeah.
It's nice to know that your mum's there with your sister's child. Don't you think that's lovely?
Yes, it's beautiful.
How old was she, the child, when she passed?
She was 8 months pregnant and she had a spleen eruption and she lost the baby.
Oh,
And then Penny,
horrible.
do you have a cousin that passed in a car accident?
I can't think of anything.
So that's coming in really, really, really loud. Somebody that would be a contemporary. So to me, I say that's a cousin. Husband, wife, brother, sister, cousin, friend. It's to the side, but it feels a little bit like removed. So removed to me would be a cousin, or removed would be like, it's time removed. But they died in an accident. They passed in an event.
Oh, yeah, my 2 uncles. Sorry. One was an accident, one was in, what do you call it? An accident at, he got electrocuted in the business.
So
No.
one had Did one have a car accident?
And one had a car accident, a semi-trailer ran off.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Because they tell me the
Sure.
person.
But
the
many
person-
years ago. I was
so
very little.
it's to your mom's side then, right? So it would be a
No,
contemporary.
that's my dad's side.
No, but I'm sorry. When I say to the side, I mean like husband, wife, brother, sister, cousin, friend to the side.
Not
Yeah, so
not-
it's I have OCD, so I have to like place things in a certain place
Yeah.
so I know where they
Yeah.
go, like what bucket it goes in.
So you're talking not to the side of her, but to the side of her parents.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you that the person that passed in the vehicle, they either passed by a family holiday or they passed literally by Christmas or they passed literally by a calendar holiday that would be celebratory in some way. And if
My
you,
mum passed on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
4 years this year.
okay, so this is like your mom's way of making sure that like she's kind of like doing the family thing. Now, are you at home?
Now?
Yeah, like are you right now at home?
No, I'm on the
Okay.
side of the road.
Okay, so I need to talk about your house for a second.
Yeah.
Like, do you own your home?
I used to. I lost it in the divorce.
Okay, because your mom's making me highlight your issues. I'm sorry, this is on the radio. Your mom's making me feel like I need to highlight the issues connected to the value that you feel connected to your house, and that you're not your house. You can't define yourself by your home. Do you understand? So I
Yeah.
feel like your mom had to give you in life, like what you saw as value would be your house and your home and your family, and she's making me feel like don't define yourself by your house. Do you understand?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. She's also making me feel like you might have lost your house, but you kept your family, and that's the more important part. Do you understand? Okay.
Yeah.
And then she's just making me feel like you don't want to be bitter, you want to be better, and the only way that you're going to do that is by holding on to your faith. And I feel like there's a lot of anger stuff that you're going through because you're not just dealing with the divorce and not dealing with the loss of the house. You're dealing with an issue around the child, and you're dealing with the issue when it comes to dealing with your mom's grief. So she's making me feel like don't let this make you bitter. It can be very easy just to fall down to the place of, again, being the victim. So I always say victim or adventure. Let this ending be a new beginning. Because if you don't come from a place of being positive, then that bitterness, that venomous feeling is going to affect everybody around you. And you don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
Alrighty. And then anybody call you Pen?
Tango.
Who's that?
A friend.
Okay.
And my brother, too.
Okay. And then did you have a tattoo that your mom never told your mom about?
No.
Okay.
No.
So the last thing I'm going to say is this.
I reckon the answer's yes to that.
What is this? What is the story about the marking? And if you don't want to go on the radio because we're live, if you don't want to reveal this, but if your mom said that she understands that you had the marking on your body, that to me is normally a tattoo, a scar, or someone who might have developed they might have had an issue where there was bruises and stuff. So she's making me feel like she understands that now.
Okay.
Do
Yeah.
you, okay.
Do you know what he's talking about, Penny?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Were they bruises?
Bruises. Yeah.
Right, and now you're safe.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Penny, love you.
Thanks, Penny.
Thank you.
Isn't
Thank
that
you.
nice? Your mum's been
Yeah.
gone for 4 years, and she still comes through and schools you on how to feel and what not to be, and how to be wonderful in the future. Don't you love that?
Yes, I do.
Thanks,
No.
Penny.
Thanks,
Well, good luck,
Penny.
Penny.
Yeah, good luck, hun.
Thanks,
you.
John Edward. Amazing stuff. If you want to
Oh,
see
good to
John's
have you in,
show,
John.
ticketmaster.com.au will put you right there in the auditorium.
And thanks, guys,
Then
for
it's
always
up to
having me.
your
Oh,
dead relatives
anytime.
to do the right thing. If your dead relatives don't come through, start waving and yelling at John, that's not our fault. And it's not John's
Or John's.
fault.
It's not John's
Yeah,
fault.
it's not
yeah.
John's
I
fault
can't dial
either.
direct.
Good to see you, John.
Always.
Love to the family.
Always.
It's
Thank
always
you.
great to
Thanks,
have you
John.
here.
Thank
Enjoy. You always here at Christmas, around Christmas time.
Yep. Next year, I think I'm
You-
coming in August, September. I'm changing it up.
yay.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Make it a shift.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Oh, what, 3 months earlier? Gee,
Yeah.
you're such a big changer. That OCD doesn't let you change much, does it?
It doesn't.
John Edward on the air this morning.